what is the source? Who can tell what is natural time and how to get that back in the life of a person?
Yeah.
So what I understand is that what I saw on the internet is the true calendar of time.
Full calendar.
Full calendar
Full
of
calendar
time.
of order.
Full calendar of order.
See, the word order is difficult. You easily forget the word order.
Order.
Full calendar of order.
Yeah.
But people have a hang up with order because order reminds them of prison and of restrictions and of the bad system. That tells you now you do this, now you do that. No, we are free. We want to make our own time. We set our own calendar and our own agendas.
Yeah.
So this is.
Yeah, but it's quite complex, and again, where should we start? Where shall we start? I mean, how do we get this natural order back in a person's life? Because that's very important. I understand. But since it's so complex, how did you know where to start, and what was the most important?
Very good question. It gradually grew, of course. In the beginning, I started out with just the notion. In my meditations, I was disturbed that the clock wouldn't follow the sun. So I had two concepts of time, and why was that? And that was my first impulse, just annoyance. I slowly realized that rebellion against societal order has to do with the order of time of society.
Okay.
Because society denies the natural order. And the French Revolution tried to return to that natural order, but it failed. So somehow that got to me.
Okay.
So at first I just started out to settle the clock. But gradually it became
you
more
mean settle
than
the clock?
just
What is settle the clock?
Settle the clock to the sun.
Okay.
Because that's not as easy as you think. If you put a clock to the sun, a few weeks later it can be off with minutes, 10, 20 minutes. And that's
20 minutes difference with the standard time on the clock.
With the sundial. You have standard time, which is the normal clock. But it's a dead rhythm. It's a linear time. It's called linear. It's time projected as an arrow. But where do you start measuring? You don't start measuring at the middle of the day. You start measuring at the mean. Days are not 24 hours. Days are 24 hours plus 15 seconds, minus 15 seconds, and in this plus and minus 15 seconds, this adds up to 60 minutes, plus or minus. So you can be off with half an hour in a few months. The time differs from a half an hour. Just fixing, if you fix the clock on the sundial. So the clock itself is wrong. Because it doesn't follow the dynamics of the sun. It is not natural anymore. And this you feel. Some people say, what's the difference? It's just half an hour, who cares? But in your genes, you are programmed to see the daylight and to tune yourselves to that. That is an automatic mechanism built into the genes. And the culture is not just deviating half an hour, because that was in the old days mean time. That was ever since the Middle Ages we mechanized. And in the beginning we even didn't know that the clock was deviating from nature. We only later realized that in the 16th century or something. We found out that it was something like the equation of time, that the length of days varies because of the non-circular path of the sun, of the Earth around the sun, and because of the tilt of the axis of the Earth. That together gives the equation of time, making days not as long, and with days adding up to a difference of a half an hour just on mean time. But we don't have just mean time. We also have zone time and summertime, and this together is a threefold complication, which adds up to almost 2 hours, depending on where you are. and depending how big the time zone is. America, for instance, has neat time zones, you know, neat strips of time, but the rest of the world is messy. Europe has a time zone of covering 3 time zones. India covers east to west 2 time zones. China almost 5, or as good as 5. So, and they make it one time, also Beijing time, all the same time. So people have been very disturbed because of the culture. The culture broke the link between time and place. And your brain is nothing but comparing time and place all the time. How late is it? Where am I? How late is it? Where am I? This is defining your mental health. If you disturb the awareness of time relating to place, you can feel that immediately. It's an awkward feeling, like being time shifted. We think of UFOs and many those things, but in reality, the entire culture is not tuned to the planet. We are out of sync with the planet, out of harmony, and this is a very fundamental conflict in culture, which is very debilitating. We get exhausted and we lose our synergy. We can't relate to each other anymore.
You are very sensitive to that. Problem. One gets, but I don't think that people are very aware of that problem, which they have a kind of illness, but they are not aware of it. But you are. But you're very sensitive to it, and that's also the reason why you started to try to repair that.
Yeah, that's why I'm not a psychologist anymore. I'm a yogi. I started meditating as a psychologist. I advise people do breathing exercises, return to your original self, be natural, don't follow too much what others say, etc. But you need that stability, and that stability you find in meditation. And in meditation you constantly refer to the original values of the soul, you know, truthfulness and violence and penance and purity. Those things are of the soul, and the culture constantly tempts you into another state of mind, to have a life for Pete's sake, and to be a bit comfortable with eating meat, which is a violent strategy, destroying the planet almost these days. Do it for the money, everybody does it, and you should feel guilty if you don't do it for the money, because if you live for God as a volunteer, you're also a bad person. This is a whole brainwashing complex, which we call the system.
We have brought that on ourselves, because we have left the natural order again. But since we left that idea such a long time ago, and we didn't repair it, and we continued, but by even make more mistakes concerning natural time, and so on and so on. So it's a very strong conditioning, I think.
Nature is strong conditioning, and culture wants to take it over. It's what you call original sin. And nature is the authority of the Father. Father Time, Mother Nature. We are the children of Father Time and Mother Nature. But the culture behaves like an Oedipus, like a jealous son who wants to take it over from the Father. No, natural time, I know it better. We do it easier, we do it more comfortable, more effective, it gives more money, it is easier, it's better. But it is an Oedipus complex. You kill the Father Time, and you want to marry Mother Nature, very manipulative. But you grow blind, like Oedipus did. You grow blind, not seeing anymore what you are doing. That we are killing Mother Nature, and that we have killed Father Time. We have to return to Mother Nature and to Father Time, and be neat and innocent children again. So that is the purpose of the Order of Time.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. It was a pleasure.